Just got out of this movie right here.
I think they handled it pretty well.
This is the definitive version of Sonic, and dare I say, this is my favorite piece of Sonic media to have released ever.
Walking out of the movie, buddy, I immediately bought tickets to see it again.
I have witnessed the pinnacle of all human existence, Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
This movie delivered. I was smiling, grinning ear to ear throughout the entirety of this movie.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Man, that last 30 minutes. Whew, goodness.
It'd be the best Sonic movie post-credit scene yet. You guys are gonna like it. It's pretty freaking cool. It's pretty hype.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Hey everybody, welcome to my 200th video on this channel. That's right, and it's gonna be a review of the pinnacle of human existence, as the guy said. No, but it was really good for Sonic Movie 3. And as the title suggests, yes, this is a half non-spoiler to spoiler review video, so I'll give you guys complete fair warning. When we get to spoiler territory, there'll be a time mark here in the video and everything and all that stuff, so don't stress about it. It'll be in the video description. Plus, I might just do like chapters, like, yeah, I might do it like that, so you guys will know too. There should be like a little bar, you know how this, you guys know what I'm talking about, like the gray area. So, okay, with that being said, let's get into it. And first of all, I saw it at Imagine Theaters, and the experience was good for what it was. Man, the theory sound and the audio did not fully do the film justice. It was kind of quiet and like the really awesome scenes, and I wish it was louder. I feel like if it was more loud, I would have had a more enjoyable, epic experience with the film. But it is what it is. Yeah, I absolutely enjoy this movie. I would give it a 9 or a 10. An 8, 9, or 10 out of 10. Definitely a step up from Sonic Movie 2. I like Sonic Movie 2. But I kind of like Sonic Movie 3 maybe just a bit more. It was definitely very enjoyable. You know, okay, so, the plot, right? We get Shadow, he's here in this film, he's back, and he wants to avenge what happened, and, you know, to someone he loved in the past, if you don't know his story, which I'm hoping you do. I remember, I'm a long-time running Sonic fan, so, I know this franchise inside and out, like the back of my hand. He's back, and so is Robotnik's grandfather, Gerald, and they both are on a quest for vengeance against the world. Team Sonic has to stop them however they can, and that's all I'm going to say about that for the story. If you want to go in completely blind, I apologize a little bit. I should have said that beforehand. Even so, though, you know, that's all in the trailers and stuff, and it's in the description when you buy the ticket or whatever in the movie, so you're going to know about that much, at least I would think. I feel that, like, the entire film was pretty good. I feel like it could have benefited for a better movie in general if it had at least 10 more minutes of screen time. I think that can be said, though, about a lot of films that are close to good or to great. They just had a bit more screen time. It could have benefited a movie. This one, the pacing didn't feel... It did feel rushed at some scenes. Other scenes, it felt just right, in my opinion. It just depended on the scene in the film. And there are definitely some like weird, like that doesn't make any sense moments, but you kind of just brush it off and just enjoy the film anyways. For what it is, like I'm trying to like talk about like as a movie versus a Sonic property, right? Turning off my brain a little bit from like the fun Sonic stuff for like a minute. Yeah, no, it was definitely good. I watched a lot of non-spoiler reviews before I saw this film. I'm trying to remember like what most people said. And I mostly agree with what most people said from what I've heard and watched. If you like Sonic Movie 1 and 2, you're definitely gonna like this one. Even if you now it's possible that if you're just a fan of this character, of Shadow the Hedgehog, and you didn't like Sonic Movie 1 and 2 very much, and you like the games he's in, Sonic Adventure 2 specifically, I think you're going to end up liking this movie. If you're a fan of Sonic Adventure 2, the game, and you want something justifiable to adapt that into film form, you're going to like this movie. And if you... But this movie, man, it definitely pays homage to Dragon Ball, or a bit of a nod to it, which is awesome. It absolutely does 100%. And if you are familiar by chance with Sonic Nazo Unleashed, or if you've never seen it, you're doing yourself a huge misjustice. But you cannot tell me, man, this movie 100% pays some kind of honor to that fan trilogy as well. It definitely does a huge nod to Nazo Unleashed. I feel like there's definitely some inspiration from that into this movie. And we're going to get into that more in the spoiler review section. Like, wow. Like, I was like, that has to be where they got the idea from. You can't tell me otherwise. It's pretty epic stuff. I'm not specifically talking about the third act. It was good. Act 2 felt a little flat for some people, they said, but a little bit. And I got to talk about a little bit about the score. Most fans, of the long-running fans like me, were disappointed with Sonic Movie 1 and 2 score, including me. This movie definitely has a more better score than the first two films, and it's definitely memorable. And I'm going to talk more about the score later on, because it's technically, the score, the music, is a spoiler. So I'm going to talk about it in the spoiler review section, but I just want to let you guys know that if you want a better musically cued Sonic movie, or a Sonic movie with a better score in general, this film definitely has that. And if you're looking for music to be from the games in this movie, I don't know if I should say that or not. You're gonna be happy. That much I'll say. You're gonna be happy. How about that? Yeah, that's sort of a semi-spoiler, but not really. Not really. I'm just gonna say, if you're looking for music from the games, any song at all, like 1 or 2 songs from the games, yeah. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Agent Stone, Tom, Maddie, Robotnik, or Eggman and Joe Robotnik are all wonderful characters in this movie. They all did really good. In my opinion, Maddie and Tom are probably the weaker of those characters. I personally like those 2 characters. I liked them since Sonic Movie 1, but yeah, the actors, maybe they could have done a better job. Maybe we could have gotten better. They could have done better acting in general. But Jim Carrey and I think his name is Lee Marsden's characters are wonderful. They're definitely the best human characters in this film, and that's kind of funny because whenever it comes to Sonic villains, it's like the human Sonic villain characters are always the best Sonic human characters. In general, like whether they're if they're villains, they're going to be good characters. I realize it's just mostly Eggman. I can't really think of another Sonic villain character besides Eggman in the franchise. I think it's just him. As far as I know, but yeah, because Agent Stone is great too. He is, and he definitely should maybe come to the games. I think that'd be a lot of fun, but like he had to be introduced as like a new character, and obviously he'd be a little different too from how he is in the movies. But yes, Eggman should have a husbando, best friend, in the Sonic games. I think he definitely should have someone like him. I guess Cubot kind of counts as Agent Stone a little bit, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? With that. It was definitely awesome. It was a fun movie. It was a good time. And if you want to see it with friends and family, I think it's the more the merrier. This is definitely a film you should not watch alone. You should go see it with a family member or a friend. And if you by chance like superpower beings, if you like superhero movies, or if you like if you like high energy battles when characters power up and get strong and do awesome stuff, you're gonna like this movie. You're going to love this movie. There's a lot of that in this. There's a lot of that. Oh wow. My goodness, man. Oof, some good stuff. Seriously. Okay. I think I said enough about the non-spoiler stuff. Go see Sonic Movie 3 if you haven't. Check it out. It's a great film. You're going to love it. Stick around for the rest of the video for the spoiler territory, okay? Here we go. With that being said. Okay. So, Keanu Reeves as Shadow was great. Ben Schwartz as Sonic is always great in my opinion. I loved the opening shot with Prison Island and everything. When Shadow punched out of that glass, it looks like a freaking, to me, like it reminded me a bit of the Final Fantasy remake games because it kind of resembled that a little bit. And I just want to say, visually speaking, this is, yes, the best looking Sonic movie we had so far. I do agree with that too. A lot of reviewers are saying that. It's definitely true. I thought everything they handled with Shadow and Maria, the backstory, those are the best scenes in the movie. I was watching Shadow's story develop with Maria after she drew the little bunny face on the glass tube and they're being best friends, they're hanging out. I'm like, that was the best scene in the movie probably, honestly, looking back at it. And of course, the Super Sonic and Super Shadow stuff, yes, of course that was too. We're going to get into that as well as badass as shit. We're going to get into, oh yeah, by the way, the spoiler part will have swearing. I should say that too. That was fucking awesome. But no, everything about Shadow's backstory was great. It was great. And It was mostly just that first like moment with him and Maria. It was so good. It was so well written. And when they went, and then when they watched that movie and everything, and the Shadow asking Maria if she thought he was dangerous, that got to my soul. I was like, oh my god, poor Shadow, poor Shadow. It's so sweet. It's so sad. My god, it was some good stuff. And also, it was a fun time. It was a fun movie. I loved everything about the Supersonic and Super Shadow stuff. I want to talk about that really quickly. That's what I'm talking about. That choreography when they're fighting on Earth and they're teleporting towards different parts of Earth and they're battling. You cannot tell me that cinematography or that section was not inspired by Nazo Unleashed. At least a little bit. It definitely was. It definitely was inspired by Sonic Nazo Unleashed. I can promise you. Because if you've never seen it, go check it out. In fact, I'll put a link in the description below. It's so awesome, and it's what got me personally into Dragon Ball, the franchise. Where I first checked out Dragon Ball Z, it's because of Sonic Nazo Unleashed. That fan animation got me into it. So if you're a long-running Sonic fan, if you want something epic and awesome, go check it out. And I'm telling you, it's the best fan-made Sonic thing I personally have ever seen. That part of that's definitely nostalgia because I watched it back in 2007. When it first came out on Newgrounds, but I'm not saying Sonic fan-made stuff is bad. No, fuck no. Far from it. There's a bunch of amazing Sonic fan-made content on the internet. A ton of amazing stuff on YouTube, and a bunch of amazing fan comics and fan-made games. Holy crap, there's a lot of good Sonic stuff out there. There is, from us, from the loving fans. However, Nazo Unleashed for me is the pinnacle, but it comes close to that, and like the Lane Productions' stuff is really good too. Like Sonic Zombies, obviously Christopher Sonic, Sonic and Jaws, Sonic and Scared Stupid is a fun series. So I don't know, it just depends on the kind of career. Plus, I'm looking forward to Sonic Villains. I might do a movie review of that when it finally releases. Hopefully, it doesn't get canceled because they're pretty far into production, and I'm assuming it's taking them a long time because it's like a family project. But I'm looking forward to that. Sorry for getting a little sidetracked. Okay, back on point with Sonic Movie 3. I loved the way that all the characters were in this movie. Yes, Sonic, Tails, and the Knuckles definitely feel like they're like a family of like brothers. Absolutely. They never call each other brothers, but you can tell they are. And the Child Garden stuff is so great. I can't believe they killed off Mr. Olive Garden. I forgot his actual character name. But I was like, what? No, because yeah, he's a dumb actor, maybe a bit of a dumb character, but that's the part of why I liked him, because he was fun and funny, and I was like, no, he should have stuck around for the Sonic movies, and I thought he was going to be the character that Shadow, he kind of was that character, but not really, from Shadow the Hedgehog, Commander Tower, right? I thought it was going to be him. I was really hoping so, but not quite, because Commander Tower was like, oh, I hate you, Shadow. You took Maria away from me, and you're ugly and disgusting. But no. This guy had nothing against Shadow. He just felt sad for him. He just knew his story. So that's who he was. And yeah, in Shadow's history, his backstory, he's a full-grown-ass man. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's him. Okay, all right, that's interesting. And I thought it was, why did Gerald take Shadow's quill? I can't remember what that was about. Maybe, I'm going to see it again for sure, probably Christmas Day. But yeah, that was an interesting scene. And when Robotnik took Sonic's quill again, we don't know the story. And then at the Mel Sonics, holy shit, Mel Sonic and Amy definitely were in this movie. That was a surprise. I was like, are they fans speculated, fans rumored it, fans were talking about that it's what they really wanted. They definitely did it, just not in the way how we thought they were going to do it. And the way they did it was epic. It was so cool. It was just a minute too long, but it was like the most epicest thing. By the time I've already epic shit to happen with Super Sonic and Super Shadow. That was so fucking cool. Now that I think, oh my god. See, look, as a Sonic fan, as a long-running Sonic fan, this movie has a lot of awesome Easter eggs and like little love nuggets in it. When they played Eggman's theme from Sonic 06 and Unleashed, that was cool. They played the Axe stage song, the dun 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 when Sonic hit the goal and some little holographic Tails and Knuckles tapping their feet. That was fun. Live and Learn is definitely in the movie, but not the way that I thought it was going to be. I thought for sure they're going to play the whole song, but they didn't. And that was disappointing. But what we did get, I'm not complaining about what we did get. I don't want any of that to change. When they played Live and Learn, but it was like it was like a cinematic orchestral version, my jaw dropped. I was like, I was speechless. I was so happy. I was like, yeah! I was like hyping it up in the theater a bit when they were playing the song, and because I thought for sure they're gonna play the whole thing, but they didn't. But when Saga shouted the, when they did the bro high five on the moon, and there's just all that big aura of light shoot up, and they went super. That was sweet. And I didn't think we were gonna get a Super Sonic and Super Shadow fight scene. That surprised me. I didn't know that was gonna happen, but it did. And I was like, wow, what already? I didn't think we were gonna get that, but we did. And I don't know if they're gonna do that again. Probably not, unless if they're gonna do the Shadow amnesia story, which I don't think movie Shadow should. No, that's not fair to his character. That's not fair to his growth. I'm really hoping that they skip all that and he's just Shadow from here on out, which I'm sure they will, because they did his character justice. They did his character right, but. There was no cast. He didn't say his ability names, which he didn't need to say his ability names. Not saying cast control, cast spear. The cast spear scene was fucking awesome. That was just a bunch of cast spears, and the gun robots. That was cool too. How they were just like Joe Robotnik's robots. What a bastard he turned out to be. When he told Eggman he's a Maria, that was sad. I gotta talk about that too. But oh my god, there's so much to talk about, isn't there? Holy crap! I might be here for a while. This video might be a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna be. All right, so okay. Like as you can tell, I loved all of it. I did. I knew they were not going to kill Tom off. Like I said, I do love this character, so I'm happy they didn't. But because that would have also tainted Shadow's character too with Sonic, that would have tainted their relationship. Some fans thought he was going to, but nope. And I'm glad Shadow didn't kill him. I'm so happy Tom lived. And about Mr. Olive Garden, man, that bothers me that he didn't make it. Maybe he did. Maybe we just don't know yet, but. I don't know, that actor is pretty old, so it's okay he doesn't make it. And oh, Eggman! That's right! Fuck! Eggman died! Or did he? I don't know. Because Shadow made it. So, we'll see what happens with that. It's possible Eggman might have made it. The movie doesn't explain how he made it in Sonic Movie 2. That was weird. Yeah. That's what bothers me about this movie. It just skips over things. It's like, what? Like, how is Eggman still alive? And what about Shadow and Maria? And, like, why was Maria playing Live and Learn on the acoustic guitar? I was hoping that maybe the song was her song or something. Like, that would have been... I know that's corny and it's kind of stupid, but they could have made it work in the movie and have it not be so stupid and have it be a little heartfelt, because the lyrics are kind of honestly a little heartfelt when you hear them. It's like, yeah, like, and it does seem like something a teenager might have imagined, so just have her write the song. And the Shadow Maria stuff in the, oh my, that got to my heart. Just seeing her having fun with Shadow, and then them doing the Snow Angels and like the messy food. That was such a cute scene, man. Oh my god, it's just so sad when she died. Her death. I thought that was a bit of a cop-out. She didn't actually get shot by a bullet. She got killed by, you know, from an aftershock from like an explosion or from like the freaking, you know, from the impact. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense, but okay. And her being on Earth without her space disease, I guess that was fine too, because, you know, that went too much to explain in the movie. Again, this is not a one-to-one to the game. This is something that we all should expect by now for sure, that they're going to change some things. But, like, I am all for it. I am slowly but surely. Sonic 1, I was kind of like, I don't know. Sonic 2 was like, okay, but this is like, hell yeah. Like, I am like in hell yeah zone to whatever it is they want to do for these movies, because for a few reasons. One, it doesn't matter for the mainline games at all. Yes, some of these elements definitely should inspire the games. I think they're going to. And for two, they can fail and like we'll just move on. Like the Sonic franchise, as long as it stays good in like the game world, like it's been doing recently, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. It doesn't, the comics, the movies, the shows, doesn't fucking matter how well or bad they do. It matters how good the games do at the end of the day. The games matter the most. They matter the most to this franchise, not the movies. Even though they're awesome, and yes, they're probably the most important media in the world. I would agree with that. Yes, SpeedSuperSonic said that, and I agree with him. Films are probably the most important art form in the world. And it is and because everyone can get together and watch it. It's very simple. Yeah, yes, most people will probably see these movies over playing the games, which is like a little disappointing, honestly. But some of those people will at least bother to look into the story of the games. If you have autism like me, you probably will. And yeah, get to Sonic in their own unique way. So it's not like it's completely over. It's been this way with superhero films for years. Like, you know, superhero films don't always get the comics right, and when they do, people really appreciate it. And I checked out snippets from I haven't read the full comic or anything, but I've been checking out the comics. I've been checking out snippets from the Marvel and DC to know what's what with certain things. And yeah, not everything's one-to-one in the films, but that's okay. It's called an adaptation. It's not going to be. And so I'm all for it. I'm all for whatever they do with Amy and Metal Sonic and whoever the fuck shows up. I'm all for it. I'm going to be happier. Yes. That post-credit scene was so fucking epically good. I didn't know there was going to be like an army of Mel Sonics. That was super cool. I was like, what? Now, I low-key kind of knew that Amy and Mel Sonic were going to be at the end of the film, because I did read it online somewhere, like from like a Reddit post. I was like, oh, why did you post that, like, you jerk? And I know I was an idiot for reading it, but I was like, okay, maybe it's not real, but even if it is, it's not a big deal. Like, it's not that big of a deal if I get spoiled a little bit about the movie. But I didn't know there's gonna be a whole army of them in the forest. I didn't know Sonic was gonna be. I didn't know that she was saving Sonic. I didn't know that. It just felt like more of the movie. It didn't feel like a random scene out of nowhere, kind of like a Shadow's reveal did. And now let me explain. That's not to say that Shadow's reveal at the end of Sonic Movie 2 is bad, because it's far from bad. It's not bad at all. I'm just saying, like, Amy's reveal felt like you're just watching more of the movie to me. I'm sure it felt that way to a lot of people too, but like, when Shadow got revealed at the end of Sonic Movie 2, it felt like, oh shit, this is definitely a setup for like, the next movie. And this scene is that, for sure, but also feels like, oh shit, this feels right at home with what we've been seeing so far. Just because, like, probably because like it was still like the race scene with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. And maybe that's a part of why, yeah, because it just felt like that scene just like carried over. And the credits themselves with like the little like Sega Saturn looking, or like 32 to 6 to 128 big characters, that was fun. That was fun. That was a nice callback to, like, this era, which is what we wanted for Sonic Movie 3 credits. So, which is what we got, which is awesome, yeah. And I honestly thought that Supersonic was gonna end up saving Shadow from death, but no, they didn't do that. Instead, Eggman went out as a hero, and when they played, again, this is for the people who know the franchise. There's a song in Sonic Adventure 2, at the end of the game, after you beat the game, before you hear Live and Learn with the credits, when Sonic is talking to all the characters on the Ark, when all talking, Sonic's like, "Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog," and you hear this little jingle called The Last Scene. It's called The Last Scene, and then they play it. They did a little, like, it was so little with like the piano, Junkie XL. Oh my god, you got to me, man. Yeah, I fucking hated your guts for some stupid shit you said recently, but you won me over this movie. I don't hate you as much anymore for sure, because like what you did, wow, dude, like thank you, man, for doing the Eggman theme, for doing the Last Scene song, for doing the Clear song, and apparently Escape from the City play too. I don't know when it did, but yeah, and the fucking Paramount songs, like, talk about low budget fights, no fun in movies. We're out of here. To like Tails and Knuckles, that was an awesome scene, man. That was great, but like, we got the Last Scene song, but there's something else I feel like that was... what was it? I was going to mention that I wish we got... I forgot what it was, but yeah, the quotes... I love the writing this movie, but I was hoping for some more Adventure 2 quotes, but it's okay. Oh yeah! Sonic doesn't say "Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog." It's sad. He doesn't say it. Man, like I said, this movie would have benefited... okay, the heartfelt moments were really good. They were great, but I feel like they were all earned and everything. I just think the movie would have benefited if it just had a tiny bit more screen time. I think some scenes definitely needed more time to breathe, to get that real emotional, like, tearjerker out for me. Because, like, yeah, scenes are definitely tearjerking in this movie, but, like, they kind of move along quickly. And it's just like, oh, man, especially that last scene with Eggman and Agent Stone, when he's like, when he basically told him that he's his best friend, and yeah, that was such a sad fucking scene. It was, and I was like, what? I wanted more of that. Their relationship is like, oh my god, like, yes, Eggman and Agent Stone are low key kind of the main characters in this movie, even though it's about this movie. I feel like is mostly about Shadow, Sonic, Agent Stone, and Eggman. Those four characters primarily is what this movie was about. Yes, and Tom blatantly tells Sonic the theme in the first act of the movie that, like, don't let pain guide you, basically. Like, even if you lose your family, you should always... No, I forgot what he said to him, but he said to him something like, he said something to him along the lines of, like, because I remember I watched the movie once, I just came home from it, that even if even if you lost your family, it's important to, find someone who will still love you and accept you for who you are. Which, that's a very good life lesson. That, like, just because you lose, and I've experienced loss a lot in my life. Now, no one who I knew died or anything like that, but I've lost a lot of friends. I've had falling outs with so many different friends who turned out to be kind of shitty and toxic, which is why. And now I'm here, and I have found a lot of new friends who are very beautiful, very wonderful people. In fact, let's talk about this. I was going to review this. I went to go see Sonic Movie 3 with a friend and his girlfriend, partner, and he bought me this. He didn't have to do that, but he did. I was like, dude, why? But thank you. I went to go see it at a mansion, like I said. A part of me wanted to get the Sonic one when he's holding the popcorn bucket, but that thing is huge. And I was like, where would I put that in my house? I don't have any space for that. But this is perfect. I can put this right in my kitchen and use it whenever I need to. So, Devin, thank you so much for buying me this. You didn't have to do that, buddy, but thank you. This is like the nicest thing ever. Like I feel like I owe him a lot because he also got me like some Christmas gifts and stuff before. He didn't have to do that either. I really got paid back sometime, something nice. I'm going to one day because you definitely deserve it, man. You're just an awesome friend, so thank you. And sorry if I kind of got a little spazzy during the movie and everything, but I couldn't help it. I've been with this franchise my whole life. Sonic is not my favorite franchise of all time or anything. That honor belongs to One Piece. But Sonic will always be important to me in my heart. It was the first franchise I ever fell in love with. Sonic the Hedgehog is the first franchise I ever fell in love with. It's been with me since a young age. It's been with me for Sonic has been with me during my major developmental years, and so has Dragon Ball. I got to Dragon Ball when I was 14, and One Piece when I was 15. But before that, I was all boom, 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 Sonic City, Sonic City, Sonic City, basically, and Yu-Gi-Oh as well. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh when I was younger. But Sonic is very important to me, as you guys can tell. Yes, and Sonic is my favorite something of all time. He's my favorite video game character of all time. That much I can say. And the Sonic characters are my favorite. The Sonic cast in general are my favorite characters in gaming. There's not a single Sonic character from the games that I can think of that I really don't like all that much. Okay, except for the Deadly Six. They're very annoying. Oh, what? They're gonna come in the next movie. No, I'm just joking. And I hope you're all safe to the very end of the credits, because Shadow did make it. He did. And that was an awesome little scene to see. When he took off his inhibitor rings. That's right. The movie doesn't explain why he did that. So to anybody who's a fan of who's new to this movie, they have no fucking idea why he did that. They don't reveal that they kept in his chaos powers. I knew why he did it. I was like, oh shit, that's right, because they hold him back from going for using too much power. I could be wrong about this, but I feel like there were some things from the script that was possibly deleted, or some scenes that were filmed that they didn't put in the final movie. Maybe, because they had a long time to write this movie, and when I saw it was under 2 hours, that really worried me, because Sonic Movie 2 is longer. Sonic Movie 2 is longer than this movie, and we got all that wedding scene shit. You mean to tell me, Paramount, that you gave them that, but you couldn't give more, you couldn't have a scene where you explain the inhibitor rings, or have Joe Robotnik called Shao the Ultimate Lifer, because I don't think he did, or just have there should have been a bit more in this film. And it really is disappointing that there's not. But that's not stopping it from being the best Sonic movie in my opinion. And the Super Sonic and Super Shadow stuff was not only epic and awesome, yes, it's awesome and cool, but it's also very beautiful and earned. It was such a great, when they were fighting together, it was really great. It was. And and I thought that Joe Robotnik was gonna go crazy, control the Ark, and crash into Earth, and Super Sonic and Super Shadow had to fight it. That's what I thought was gonna happen. While Live and Learn was playing, but instead what we got was still pretty good. But that's what I would have changed. That's what I really wanted. Maybe have Metal Sonic be part of it, or the Bio-Lizard somehow. But oh well, what we got was still pretty good. It was, and yes, like I said, the full Live and Learn song didn't play. That is disappointing, but it's okay though, because what we got was still pretty good. It was still pretty good, and some fans are not happy about that. They're like, it's gotta be the original song, no changes. The original fucking song has gotta be in this movie, and it kind of isn't, and it kind of is, but not the whole thing. So it's fuck, that really does. It could be playing the credits. Oh yeah, I don't even think that One Country song. Oh no, it did play. That's right. Which I actually, for the fact that One Country song did not play in the actual film, makes you all the more happier. And the music choice they did use was still it was punk rock stuff. It was just perfect. It was still Sonic aesthetic music, which is okay, this is good. Yes, it's not from the games, but these vocal songs match it matches Sonic. It's perfect. And the scenes with Sonic was angry. Yeah, Ben Schwartz, I love him as Sonic because he's my favorite Sonic, but Brian Drummond can't do angry Sonic the best either, so it's okay. But It is what it is. I still enjoy it. I still love this movie. I love the cast members. Everything about that they're doing a great job with the casting. They're doing a great job with the characters. I really wish Rouge and Amy could have been in this film. I really wish that the movie could have been a bit longer. I really wish that we could have Melisonic. Yes, of course. I wish all this stuff. But, when am I saying Amy and Melisonic are in it? That's right. That's right. They are in it. That's right. They are. Okay, then I wish Rouge was in it, and I wish Amy was more part of the main plot. These movies are very different from the games. That's just something you got to keep in mind when you go to see them. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're so good films. They're so good, fun Sonic family movies. And I feel like eventually we might get a full-on animated one that's more honorable to the game world of Sonic. If not, it's okay. These are enough. And I'm happy with these for life. Like, if this is all we get to the day I die, I don't care. As long as they keep going at this rate, I couldn't be happier. And I'm being serious with you. I'm being less and less... I feel less and less sad, upset, and stingy about not getting a full animated Sonic movie all those years ago. Back in 2020, whatever. So... it's okay, but I feel like this is kind of like a Spider-Man / Spider-Verse situation, and eventually we might get one. And for all we know, Sonic villains might show up in some selected theaters. It's that much of like a... I don't know if that's... It definitely deserves it. I think it should get a theatrical release. I think Sonic Villains definitely deserves that much. It is getting that kind of like love and care and kind of budget. It feels like an extra cinematic like project is what I'm trying to say. All right, guys, I would kill to see Sonic Nazo Unleashed in theaters. Okay, I wouldn't literally kill somebody. That's just an expression. No, but I would be all the more fucking happier to see that. That'd be so epic. Oh, whew, that's some good stuff. But they did crop the footage, and Chakra-X said, speaking of that, that's a good segue. Stay tuned for my 201st video, which is a big video I worked on called The Best Way to Watch Dragon Ball Z in today's time. Yes, it's a very important topic. It's a video definitely made for fans of Dragon Ball that have been around for a long time. But if you're somebody who doesn't know shit about the anime itself specifically, it's still kind of worth watching to know what's going on with like all the different releases and all the different footages. It's probably my most educational video I've made yet. And I'm excited to share it with all of you. And it took a long time to work on it. It took me a while. And I cannot wait to upload it. So it should be uploaded maybe sometime before Christmas. If not, it's definitely going to be after. We'll see. All right, guys. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good like the Truman Show. In case if I don't see ya, have a good afternoon, evening, day, and good night. Or the heck he says. I can't remember. But I love, that's my favorite Jim Carrey movie. I should know what he says. I probably screwed it up. But anyways, guys, have a good one. Take care. Peace out. All the more power to you, Jeff Fowler. Thank you so much for making these movies. They may, like I said, even though they're not what I may fully want, it doesn't matter no more because I want more of what you're making now. So thank you so much for honoring these characters in your own special way, and thank you so much for making these movies. I will always love Sonic the Hedgehog, even if I don't always talk about it, even if I may not always be invested in it. I do love it for what it is, and I am looking forward. Definitely the Sonic movie 4. Oh, my God. Spring of 2027. Why? Come on, man. Hopefully it changes. Hopefully we get a new show that's has more going on with it than Knuckles did. Ugh. I haven't even finished Knuckles yet. I might, though. I should watch it. All right. Bye, guys. Take care. Peace out. Go see Sonic movie 3 if you haven't. It's definitely an A+ film. An A-rated film. It's definitely special to Sonic fans. It is. And I cannot wait to see it again. I'm going to watch it probably on Christmas. I think I'm going to take... I don't know. We'll see. All right, I got to wrap it up. So, bye, guys. Take care. Peace out. Have a good night.